Mabuhay everyone, Marches here, and we're back in the studio. And today I'll be giving you the full performance review of maybe my new favorite shoe, if I might say right now, because of the tech and the performance that it brings. But before anything else, I would just like to remind you guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. Click that subscribe button down here and that notification bell too. Like this video. Afterwards, it will go a long way. Thank you in advance. This is the future of basketball shoe. This is the Nike Adapt Earl BB, short for basketball. I'm saying it's the future of basketball because it's auto lacing. I know the new Kobe shoe that will be coming out soon will be also using this tech. I think Nike wants to implement the auto lacing system in a lot of their shoes that are upcoming. That's what I've heard. Let's get on to the performance of this one first. It's the first generation auto lacing basketball shoe from Nike, so I really had to cop them because I'm a big fan of the Back to the Future. I've been wanting to have that Air Max, but it was really expensive. Sobrang mahal niya. I don't think it's worth it to have that. Maybe when I grow older and richer, I'll have the more budget to buy that because the resale price on that is through the roof. So now this one is more reasonable. It's auto lacing. It's $350 SRP. So that's around about 18,000 here in Manila. I bought it in the States, so plus shipping, I ended up around 25,000, around that price, so $500. But for me, guys, as a fan of the Back to the Future, because of the auto lacing, I think it's worth it. And for performance wise, it's doing great. So let's touch off first on the upper of the shoe, which is like a mesh upper. It's not like your typical mesh, more on the 360 Flyknit mesh. It has a mesh looking upper. Looks very similar to the Kobe NXT 360, if you recall that shoe. It has a wider spacing of the knits, so that's the top of the shoe. And under that knit mesh upper is the auto lacing system, the white part. So that's the material that's hugging your foot when you're doing the auto lacing. And so far, the material is very breathable, very supportive. I might say the underlying material, the white part, which houses the auto lacing cords, is very supportive. I wasn't feeling any tipping over. Very supportive upper. The mesh doesn't stretch. At the same time, it's very breathable. But on the initial test of the shoe, experienced some discomfort in the medial part of my midfoot, mainly because of the auto lacing. So I have to readjust how tight, because initially you would think that you just tighten your sneakers just about right, but when you play along with it for a couple of minutes, you feel that the blood flow in your foot is being stopped already, so you have to readjust it just a bit. That BB really needs some trial and error at first to get that nice correct lacing adjustment on the shoes. So that's my experience on the upper. As for the heel part of the shoe, very nice heel cushion or Achilles pillows. Lockdown is good. Heel support is also very good. No heel slippage whatsoever, and it really feels like a Kobe shoe, which is a low cut and very nice support all throughout the shoe. The forefoot and the heel, no heel slippage. Lockdown is amazing on the upper of the shoe. So moving on to the midsole cushion of the shoe. The mechanism of the auto lacing is embedded inside the cushion. So I think they used Cushlon because it's one of the most comfortable cushion Nike has now. It has a nice bounce to it. I think it's a perfect housing for the mechanism. I'm not sure if React will be also good for this, but I think maybe React is too soft, so when you put your foot in, you might crush the mechanism. So I think Cushlon is the perfect density for the mechanism of the Adapt BB. As for performance wise, my initial test didn't need that much break-in time on the cushion. Right off the box, very comfy cushion setup, very nice impact protection. I was surprised by that. And on the forefoot, you're not really too close to the ground, but responsiveness in the shoe is very nice. No delays whatsoever. I mean, I was really surprised by the cushion setup because I thought that the cushion will be hard because it's housing the mechanism, but I really love the cushion setup on the Adapt BBs. Very comfortable, very nice ride. I've been playing with it since the moment I got it. My knees weren't hurting at all every time I use them. Impact protection is great. Overall, the ride is awesome. So 2 thumbs up on the cushion of the Adapt BBs. And now let's move on to the traction. Initially, that's one aspect that I'm worried about because initially I didn't give that much expectation on the traction, because usually when a brand features a new technology in the shoe, sometimes they forget about certain areas of the shoe like the traction, that they have to improve it and make it good. I didn't expect too much at first, but the first time I used it, no break-in time needed. I was quicking on the floor, and the first time that I used it, guys, is on a very dusty court. I even bought my Y nuts for backup because I know I'll be playing in a dusty court, and I was really surprised. I was gripping and it was really making this squeaky sound, and I was stopping on a dime. I was really impressed in the first use of this shoe, and given the court condition was really bad. I had no slipping whatsoever on the court, and traction was amazing. On the second time that I used it, on a very clean court, as expected, it's gripping really hard, really aggressive, stopping on a dime, very loud squeaky noise, which I really like. Overall performance of the traction is amazing, and last night in my game I used it again. I even had a cut here, just covered it with concealer right now so you wouldn't see it, but I was elbowed here in my mouth. It was really bleeding hard. Luckily it didn't swell, so thank God for that. Going back to the shoe, it was really performing very well. The cushion setup, very nice. Traction is amazing. So overall, my verdict as for performance wise for the shoe is very good. Very nice cushion setup, very responsive shoe. Bounce in the forefoot is really good. It's really ample. Traction wise, really surprised, very impressed. I was really sticking, gripping, and as for the upper, very supportive. So overall, the shoe is a great performer. But as for the price, it's a bit pricey. It's around $350 SRP, and if you buy from a reseller, it's really high up there. So is the shoe worth the amount? For me, yes. As a tech freak, as a Back to the Future fan, and as someone who really likes new technology implemented on a shoe, I think it's totally worth it. And I was really not expecting that much on the performance side of things, but I was really blown away by the performance of the shoe. So for me, it's a yes. So if you get the chance to try this out, if you have the budget to buy it, you really have to test the shoe. I really highly recommend this shoe. And kudos to Nike for going to the right direction for this auto lacing system. I think as for the auto lacing part, right now the auto lacing is just nearly hugging around in the latter part of your forefoot, going to the midfoot to your back. Maybe in the future it will be really hugging your entire foot from the forefoot up to the heel and wrapping around your foot. I hope that's the direction that they're going. If they ever implemented that, it will be amazing. Cushion wise, maybe they can use React next time, but for now, amazing cushion setup. Traction is amazing, no problems at all. But for outdoor use, especially with the cost, I wouldn't recommend it for outdoor use because the rubber compound is pretty soft, so I really wouldn't recommend it to be used outdoor. You'll just be crying at the end of the game. Then you see your outsole fraying up. So no outdoor use for this Adapt BB. As for the sizing wise of the shoe, I went true to size. For the wide footer, go half a size up. I think it's easy to put your foot in. When the shoe is really loosened up, you won't have a hard time putting your foot in. So that's about it on my full performance review of this Nike Adapt BB sneakers. Right now, it's not yet out here in Manila. It's just out in the US or in some part of Europe. Hopefully, they'll bring it here. And I'm really excited on the direction that Nike's going regarding the tech that they're using on their basketball shoe. Very nice job, Nike. So hopefully next time we'll see more of this auto lacing shoe in the future. If you have any more questions about the shoe, just leave me some comments down below. I'll gladly answer them. Leave me some comments and let me know what you guys think. Thank you again for watching this video. Marches signing out, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.